Guys, some absolutely incredible news from the IRS today. One of my clients was relieved of a $500,000, $500,000 trust fund recovery penalty. I am so excited for this client. It's like jubilation in my office today. Now, I wanted to make this quick video not only to take a moment to celebrate, but more importantly for you to kind of explain what you need to understand to avoid these kind of penalties, the trust fund recovery penalty, if you're a business owner or a key employee in a business that has fallen behind on its payroll taxes. So in other words, you're a business, you're supposed to be withholding federal taxes and employment taxes from your employees and you're not sending it to the IRS. What do? A lot of people don't understand that the IRS can actually personally charge you with that tax amount. They think of things like the corporate veil and like, oh, the corporation's separate from me. I'm cool. I'm good. That is absolutely not the case with business owners whose businesses are not paying their payroll tax. They can come after you personally as if it was your own personal income tax. So if you're in a business that has a lot of employees or even a few employees, I mean, even if you have like a 3, 4, 5 people on payroll, unpaid payroll taxes add up really fast, and they're going to want to go after you personally for it if you don't just pay off the balance that's owed. So, I mean, like, how do you avoid that? Because obviously you don't want your own personal assets to be on the chopping block. It comes down to really two different things you need to be aware of. Number one is if you're a responsible party, and number two is if you had willfulness to not remit the taxes. So a responsible party is someone basically who they should have, or it was their job to pay the payroll taxes, but they didn't do it. What you need to convince the IRS is that you are not a responsible party. So if you're a partner in a business, maybe, you're an officer or, like in a position nominally of authority, but it wasn't your job or it reasonably could not have been expected to be your job to remit those payroll taxes in the first place. That's how you avoid being a responsible party. And by the way, all of this comes down to the facts and circumstances of every case. It's not just like you're a partner in a business, therefore it's automatically your job to do this because your name's on the LLC or you're a member of the LLC. It's the facts and circumstances. But let's say now you're a responsible party. The next question is willfulness. Did you willfully not remit the payroll taxes? And basically what that means is, were you in a position where you were intentionally choosing not to pay them, or you just didn't really care? You're just like, I'm not even thinking about payroll taxes, but I'm just going to pay some other bills first. What you need to show the IRS is both of those things, that you are not responsible and that your conduct wasn't willful if you were responsible. Now, I'm going to be honest with you. Look, if you're like the only owner of your business and like your business isn't paying payroll taxes, obviously these arguments aren't going to fly, right? Because it's like if you're the main man or the main woman, like obviously it's your job to pay them. But even still, if you're in that situation, you need to know what can be done to minimize your personal exposure to your trust fund taxes and those payroll taxes. So these are very important topics. Guys, the bottom line is that delinquent payroll taxes are one of the IRS's top enforcement areas, far more so than income taxes, because at least with income tax, you're not paying your tax. With payroll tax, you're not paying someone else's tax. The IRS is still giving your employees credit for those withholdings you're not paying. What do you think they're going to do about that? It's not a pretty sight for business owners who get caught in that crosshair. So if you're a business owner, your business is behind on its payroll taxes, if you're being interviewed for the trust fund recovery penalty and you just need to get this thing fixed and want it out of your life ASAP, what I'd be happy to do is spend some time talking with you to see what your options are and what we might be able to do to help. And what you want to do is go above or below and click. There's something where you can set up a tax strategy session with me personally, and I'll, sit down and do the best I can to help you out and point you in the right direction. So, I hope you're having a good day. I hope this helped. And if you're in this situation, I hope to hear from you soon.